I have finished my very first ever spin to knit project, and I wanted to like talk you through the whole process because it really was like quite a process to do, obviously, because it's spinning the yarn to make a thing, but it was a lot of fun. So if you couldn't tell, this is the Jaunty Shawl, which is the latest in the Drea Renee knit pattern collection of projects that are like kind of specifically made to do a spin to knit. Obviously you can use whatever yarn you want, but that's like the vibe for Jaunty. So this winter I got for my big Christmas present for my husband, the Dreaming Robot EEW 6.1 electric spinner. And I've just been like spinning up a storm since. It is so much fun. I've really been enjoying it, and I've been learning so much, which I'll cover as I get further into this video. But when I got that, and Jaunty came out somewhere around the same time, maybe it was a little bit before, maybe it was a little bit after, but I was like, okay, this is going to be my first like on purpose spin to knit this project. And I'm so happy. I'm so happy with how it turned out. I love the yarn, I love the fit, I love the drape. So let's talk through the whole process. So I did know in advance that I was going to be getting the spinner for Christmas. So I was ordering fiber before I had even had like any real spinning experience, but I'm really happy with how these fibers turned out. So I had 3 full 4-ounce braids of fiber from 2 different dyers, and I did like a massive 3-ply combo spin. So the first 2 fibers were both from Neighborhood Fiber Company, and it's their Polworth fiber in the shades Remington and Waverly. And then the third braid of fiber, that's like the fun one, is from Dreaming Creek Fiber Arts, and it's their Falkland fiber. The color is just a bunch of numbers, so I'll put it up on the screen. I had ordered the 2 fibers from Neighborhood Fiber Company first, just because I liked them. I just liked those colors, and I didn't know what I was going to do with them, but I really liked the company and I liked those colors. It all just felt correct. So when I decided that I wanted to do a big combo spin for the Jaunty Shawl, I wanted to do a 3-ply for a variety of reasons. One is it's supposed to be better for like knitting, where a 2-ply is supposed to be better for lace. And I wanted like the roundness of a 3-ply yarn. Everything that I have spun so far has either been 2-ply, or I've done like quite a few chain ply projects, and I really like, for the chain ply is a 3-ply yarn, I really like how that looks and feels and works up. So I knew I wanted it to be a 3-ply yarn, and I knew that that would mean that it could be a little bit thicker, which would mean that I could knit it a little bit faster. So I figured I'll do a massive combo spin. I have the 2 fibers already, so I was just looking for a 3rd fiber that would kind of incorporate both of those shades with a little bit more pizzazz, and that's how I found the fiber from Dreaming Creek Fiber Arts. I did a mini sample ahead of time, and actually I did not a sample in terms of like process, which I wish that I had done, but in terms of finding the color or making sure that I actually liked the color. So I actually did these on a drop spindle, all of them, like a little bit from each of the fibers, and then I applied them together all on drop spindles, and I really liked this yarn. So that should have been an indicator that I should have like tried to do a similar process for the main yarn, but I knew that that would take way too long, and really I didn't think that it would be that different. But then again, I am not a very experienced spinner, and so my actual yarn is quite a bit different than my sample. It is much thicker, it's so much heavier, and like much more worsted, where the drop spindled yarn is thinner and a much more like woolen style, even though my drafting method was not dramatically different. To spin the actual yarn, my kind of goal was to have all of these singles spun and then plied in a month. So basically it was 1 braid per week, and then a week to ply and wash all of the yarn. I didn't quite make that goal, but I was pretty close. And the way that I did that was by basically breaking up each braid of fiber into about, I guess, 2 ounces. So I split each braid of fiber into 8 pieces, and then I tried to do 1 piece a day, and then some days do 2 pieces. And that way I could do the whole thing in a week. I spun the entire project on my electric wheel, and I did a like short backwards draw. And I was a little bit surprised about how the end yarn ended up, because I wasn't doing any smushing out the air, right? So like a true worsted style yarn, you're smushing the air out as it's going through, and I wasn't doing that. However, it still ended up quite smooth, quite airless, and a bit more dense than I was expecting. And I think that's maybe a twist problem. I mean, the end yarn is balanced, but I do think I was maybe over twisting it at some point in time in the process, but that's something that will come with practice. I had my little control card the whole time, so each color got their own spot, and I was trying to keep them even-ish between all of them, and took not a lot of notes as I was going, just about the speed and making sure that I was spinning on the Z setting so that all of them were the same. Ultimately, I got, let's generously say, a worsted weight yarn. It in areas is fingering weight, in areas it's bulky. My consistency has been like the #1 most difficult thing for me to learn in spinning. So for all of these, like I said, I had split the braid up into 8 pieces, and then I like attenuated the fiber for the whole length. And I think that is where I was starting to get some of the inconsistencies, because I was pre-drafting the fiber inconsistently. So then I would get to a really thin spot, and all of a sudden the yarn is really thin, and then I'm trying to correct for it as I'm spinning, and it just, that's how you end up with uneven yarn. And even with the 3-ply, it's amazing how many times all of them would be really skinny at the same spot, and then all of them would be really thick at the same spot. It happens, I guess. After all the spinning and plying, I did like skein them up, and I got a total of 380 yards. I split between 2 skeins. So one skein was 200 yards, the second skein was 180 yards, which was kind of perfect. I was just eyeballing about what looked like half. So that way, when I was knitting, I could start with the 180 yard skein, use that as the midway point, and then use the second slightly larger skein to kind of make up for any gauge inconsistencies, blah. And then left over is what I assume is around 20 yards. Both of the Neighborhood Fiber Company braids had like quite a bit of fiber left over. And I don't know if that's because I spun those a little bit thinner, or if there was just a little bit more fiber in those braids. But I did do a 2-ply with the 2 remaining colors, and then there was still more of the last color, so I did a chain ply of that one. Altogether, I had 4 skeins of yarn, quite a bit of yardage from this whole project. I was so happy with the spinning process, the spinning product, the yarn that I had made. It was so exciting. And then when I got to knitting, it became a little bit more challenging than I expected. Like I was like, oh, that was the hard part. The knitting's gonna be the easy part. But not when I was just getting started with this. I didn't do like a proper gauge swatch of the like half fisherman's rib because I didn't want to. And I was kind of like, no matter what size it is, I'm probably going to be happy with it. But I forgot, because it's been so long since I've knit half fisherman's rib, that it eats yarn. It's like every row is kind of 2 rows to get any length. And I learned very quickly that I was not going to have enough yardage to make like an actually like shawl length shawl. So we went straight into troubleshooting mode. So basically I cast on with the recommended needles for like the worsted weight yarn. And I just found A, it was using a ton of yarn, and B, it was too dense. And I didn't like how heavy it was feeling. So ripped that out, was like, okay, we'll just go up a needle size. Started working on that again, and I was like, still, this is not going to be anywhere near long enough for me to like get the wearable garment that I want out of it. So ultimately, what I ended up with is size 8 needles, and then I added 2 extra front and back rows in between the increases and decreases in order to get a shallower triangle, but like the length that I wanted to get for like a nice drapey shawl. I loved knitting this. I find half fisherman's rib is very like popcorn knitting for me because all of the thinking is on like the right side rows, and then the back side rows, you're just knitting across. You're not even purling the correct, like you're not purling the back side. So it's really quick and easy and fun for my like brain. It's like right on the wavelength of just enough to pay attention to, but not so much that you're like really thinking when you're knitting it. Altogether, it took me about a month to spin, a month to knit and block it. It took days to dry, but it is, again, very thick yarn, but I'm really happy with it. And I will be re-knitting this pattern. I'm actually like spinning again to try to make a lighter weight version. So this version, as I said, the yarn ended up just heavier, and in this stitch pattern, just heavier and warmer than I need right now. So I am doing basically the same thing, a 3-ply with 2 solid shades and 1 fun shade. But this time I'm trying to spin as thin as I possibly can, and I'm trying to spin long draw. So it's a little bit, well, I guess it's supported long draw, where I'm like holding it and pulling back. But fingers crossed, that's going to give me like a nice, light, bouncy, airy yarn. And it's in like a slightly different colorway. I think it's going to be really pretty. And I also want to knit like a short version. So like basically a bandana size in like maybe a bright red, some kind of pop of color. I think that would just be A, super fast, and B, like a really nice little accessory that I can actually wear in slightly warmer weather. But that was my Jaunty Shawl experience. Let me know in the comments if you have any specific questions, like follow along, do all that good stuff, and I will see you next time. Bye.